how are you? This is Arezou, and today we're going to be talking about inclusive leadership. You have been hearing a lot about inclusivity and how every organization is striving to get ahead of other organizations in having an inclusive culture. But what everybody is striving to do, it's not easily done if it's not woven into the practices and if the leadership within organizations are not practicing inclusivity. So what today we want to talk about is some tips for the leaders, and these are the leaders, upper management in the organization, that can actually make this part of their organizational culture. The tip we're going to talk about is developing a listening and empathetic ear. And what that means is actually not hearing people, but listening to their needs. Understand your workforce, understand who they are, and understand what are their needs. And that way you can actually react by putting policies to meet your workforce's needs. And that's another way of making people inclusive. If you look at empirical research and literature in this topic, people that perceive organizations and the leadership in the organizations to care about them work a lot harder and are feeling more committed to the organization than people that don't have that perception. Understanding the generational differences of diversity and inclusion. Each generation has its own definition. So if you're talking to Gen Zs or millennials, their understanding and interpretation of what it is to have an inclusive organization is different. Having a hearing and listening leader, it's very important because then you understand what is the needs of your workforce and what are their definitions. Make sure you understand what's happening, make sure you understand their expectations, make sure you understand the meaning of work to each generation of workers within your organization. When you don't know the answer, and ask for people's input. A lot of leaders, and sometimes, managers, leaders, they think that they have, they need to have all the answers, and because they're in a position of power, it's a sign of weakness if they don't know the answer. But, an inclusive leader will actually come up with innovative and creative ways of incorporating others' knowledge when they don't know the answer. That empowers others within your organization and allows you to be a better inclusive leader. Thank you for listening.